All right guys, I'm gonna be digging into this Lowrance Ghost trolling motor here, and I'm gonna be replacing the head sensor in it, not the heading sensor, which when I was reading about this on BBC, a lot of guys were talking about the head sensor. When you go to look it up, everything I kept pulling up was the heading sensor, which was the regular GPS puck. So James was actually the one that helped find this when we were both researching it, trying to just figure out something how to fix the issue that I've been having on the water. And that is, every time I put the motor down, especially when I first launch it, put the motor down, go to, you cut it on and all that stuff, and go to use it, and it's nothing. It give you a couple beeps, won't do nothing. And sometimes you can even cut it on at the boat ramp before you even launch it, and it'll beep, do this little beeping thing, and it'll start flashing. It won't do nothing. And I have to go through a series of powering down and cutting the breaker, and just all this craziness that I don't even know what works. It's just random that it starts working again. So but the last trip I went out wouldn't do nothing. So anyways, got the part. So we're gonna go ahead, and I want to show you guys the best I can, each little detail that I can. It won't be like a full camera sitting here watching me tear it down, but each time I take something off, I'm gonna show you guys what I had to do to take it off and how to get into it and all that stuff. So anyways, let's dig into this and see what we got. All right guys, so the first thing we're gonna do here is, you see this bezel here has two little screws right here by the wiring harness. I'm gonna take them loose, and then this is just gonna, hold on, trying to do this one-handed. This is gonna pop off right here. I'll slide it down, and you can take it the rest of the way off. All right, now that we got that off, we're gonna take these off. I think it's 16 of these star head screws. So we're going to take them on off so we can access the inside here. All right guys, we got the cover off. I'm gonna show you guys right here. It's just here's your cover, and then it also has like a little silicone gasket protection piece here that goes over that. When you start pulling it off, you're gonna feel like it's sticking a little bit, but just work it off easily, and it comes off pretty easy. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and take this off and go ahead and replace the head sensor. Something I do want to stress when you're tearing this apart, so these here are going to be your T15s. This here, this one screw is a T10. So when you're taking everything apart, just remember that. This, at least on mine. Now, it could be different on y'all's, I don't know, but that's a T10. All right, got the motherboard unplugged. There's several little wires here. You really need to take your time with them. Get you a good little pair of needle nose pliers, and like I say, look at each individual one you're going to unplug, because they got to be, you don't want to tear the motherboard up. So just take your time with it, don't rush this process. So now we're going to take this off and get into here. And as you can notice, these are timed. You can see it, arrow there. So you got to make sure, whether you got to take pictures of this when you tear it down or whatever, just make sure that you get everything timed back right, and just remember how all this is going to go when you dig into it. So there was actually another little computer board here too, you seen earlier. I had to take that one off too, because this is nothing but a big clear cover. So I'm gonna tear that apart now and get into that. All right, as you can see, I got this pulled back. I had to unhook a few other little wires, but you'll see that as you're doing it. So I just kind of pulled it to the side, just enough to get to this. This slides right off. All right, got the old one out. There's the old one right there. Here's my new one. Got my new screws. So I'm gonna go ahead and start just putting everything back together here. Make sure everything's timed up like it should be, and see what we got. All right guys, well, it's the next day. I ended up having something come up and I had to jump off this project real quick, but just want to show you guys, I got the motherboard back on. These lines here, these cables, cords, all that plugs, make sure you take your time with them, guys. They can only go in one way. You can't get them mixed up. So, but just don't force the process here with these, because you can break something or whatever. So just remember, it's all small. Also, when tightening these up, go easy. They don't have to be super tight. They wasn't super tight when they came off. They won't be super tight going on, because you can crack the motherboard if you're not careful. So you don't want to do that. That's a no-no. So, but all I'm going to do next is go ahead and put this on. As you can see, I got some sandpaper here. James did it on one of the other videos. I can put a link here of sanding these and then touching this up on the inside so it'll turn smoother, where mine will catch sometimes and it won't be straight with the motor itself. So if you're using a live scope or any of that stuff, it can actually mess you up too if you're not even using it and you're just trying to turn your motor, and kind of mess you up a little bit there. So, but anyways, I'm just going to do this little trick here, clean it all up, maybe put a little dielectric grease in here, or white lithium grease or something to make it just a little more slick. So, and then we're going to go ahead and put it all back together. All right, guys. Well, it's a couple days after I finished doing the complete install here. Everything kept coming up as I was trying to do this job and just couldn't get it finished when I wanted to. So, but anyways, it ended up getting it finished. Went to the lake. I do highly recommend doing just a full complete reset of everything. So I ended up going through resetting. I'll try to put a video here in the end that I found that will help you with this, especially if you're out on the water. If you got a YouTube page or whatever, an account, you can save this video to like a playlist. You can make it private if you want, and you can go in, like if you're out on the water and you're having issues with your Lowrance, there is a bunch of different resets that you can do, and this guy goes over really well. I'm not sure exactly who he is, but he does a really good job of going over all the different resets for the trolling motor, and that was one of the videos I couldn't find when I was out on the lake. So, but anyways, I did all of that, and we fished the whole time, and I never had an issue with it whatsoever. So, been out another time since then, and it's been great, not an issue. So definitely, if you're having the beeping when you put it in the water and you got to hit the button to go to move, and it starts beeping at you and it won't do nothing, and you've done all the resets and all that and you're still having issues, make sure you check out the head sensor. Like I say, it's a little time consuming, but it's not a bad job as long as you take your time and do everything right. So but other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. We're gonna have some more content coming out. Sorry we haven't had a lot here lately, just between just a couple things going on family wise and medical wise, with some doctor's appointments, stuff like that. It's been hard to get out on the water, especially with kids sports starting up too, so, and school. So it's been a little tough, but we're gonna get back on the water here. We got some plans to get back out there and do some more fishing, some 1-versus-1s, and just fishing some new bodies of water. We're really excited to get out there and do that. So but other than that, guys, we'll talk to you later. See ya.